Walking out of the museum and just being with my family makes me so grateful for the Chinese who gave everything for China. To me, they weren't just fighting for their family, they were fighting for me and my family. I would never have met my wife, who's my best friend and means everything to me, and my darling sons, who I love so much. So I really want to say thank you to the viewers who have Chinese relatives who fought at that time, and to the Chinese soldiers today who make this country safe. We honor you.
Hey guys, today I'm at the Jianchuan Museum and I want to understand a little more deeply, up close and personal, with the artifacts and with the evidence here of what happened back in wartime here in China. So it seems from 1931, September 18, the Japanese set up what's called false flag terrorism to make it look like China attacked Japan, when in fact it was the Japanese themselves attacked their own railway to start the aggressions so that they can justify invading China from that point on. And that was in Shenyang in the Dongbei region. So they had to dig and make a lot of these tunnels to fight guerrilla warfare against the Japanese, like this. Oh, I couldn't imagine having to fight in tunnels like this. And my wife tells me they did this a lot in Chongqing as well. Oh. You know what really strikes me and makes me feel towards some of these people are their items, their objects they left behind from the war. For example, this one here is like, this is somebody's grandpa, and that's his hat from that wartime period. I just couldn't imagine like my grandpa, and these were his items from that time period. And you can imagine the kind of emotions and feelings and things that he went through, that he had to see and do in that time period when he was wearing that hat, for example. He's trying to keep warm, it's winter time, it's snowing, it's freezing, and these people are invading my country, and I'm fighting for my life, and I'm giving up everything. I'm leaving my family and my friends and the warmth of my home to go and fight these people who, they don't know me, and they want to kill me. And that's really, it must be so overwhelming in that time period for the people to amass and come together and have to fight off these people who want to take over this land. And of course, what's shocking but also necessary if you're being invaded is that also the women have to get involved and help with the war effort. And that's very, very sad. You can imagine how terrified you would be. And this picture here looks a lot like the women were also defending the land as well. You could imagine how terrified they would be. And the kids too had to get involved and run supplies for the military operation as well. And again, you can imagine how terrified and scared and all the mix of emotions that they would be going through trying to help get these invaders out of their land who are doing such atrocious, atrocious things. So I'm about to head into the Museum of Japanese War Crimes Against China and see this for myself. Okay, so there's some warning signs out the front that says some things that you'll see in here will cause discomfort. I've only heard of, I've watched some movies obviously, but never seen artifacts up close yet. What I want to know is why you need to cause such devastation, why you have to be so violent and so inhumane, so detached from compassion or empathy entirely. Why were they so violent, so horrible, to do these horrible experiments on people? Totally innocent. They lost their humanity. They became something entirely different. They were brainwashed to believe that the Chinese were not humans, they were not people, they were not worthy of life. There's a lot in history. I understand now why people don't want to hear about history and they don't want to go and understand, because it's so overwhelming and so otherworldly. It's That's why they call it unbelievable, because it's so disgusting, so disgraceful, that it's hard to believe, honestly. To push these invaders out, to stay out, and to never come back, never return again. I really, genuinely, I couldn't imagine what the people went through. I can only see and try and feel their pain, and it was tremendous. It was huge. What they gave everything for this country.